Imagine you have piles and piles of debt, endless debt, you don't know how to get out of it, you don't know what to do. What do? Most people will be like, just deal with it, but there's actually a way to remove all your debt, and this way is called filing bankruptcy. I have been a part of the Montreal team for some time, and by getting advice from our legal advisor, I have decided to dig through this topic.
You're gonna take away my kid, I'm taking your kids and we're leaving, and I'm taking all your money too. I'm gonna file bankruptcy.
So, Bobby just lost all his money, all his kids, everything, and he's broke, and now he's piled in debt. So what should he do? The correct answer is to file for bankruptcy. So, and to file for the most common bankruptcy type, which is Chapter 7, Chapter 7 is a liquidation of assets of the debtors, non-exempt assets, which is like assets that the government can't take away, and then selling it for money and giving it to the debtors, the debt collectors. And then to file for bankruptcy, you would have to first analyze your debt, and then determine property exemptions, and then of course, make sure that you're eligible. To analyze your debt, you have to actually check which debts are eligible to be pardoned. You cannot file for bankruptcy if your debts include only the following. The following are student loans, nope, can't move them, tax liens, alimony, which is child support, debts obtained through fraud, debts for willful injury or wrongful death, means like you caused an injury to someone else or you killed someone. And then also, debts where the borrower was acting in fiduciary capacity, which means they were like acting for someone else. And then to determine your property exemptions, you have to look at your state's laws, because each state has varied exemptions about what kind of property and how much of it you can keep. So say you got $500 in your bank account. Some states be like, nope, we're gonna take all this money to pay for the bankruptcy. But other states could be like, you can keep part of it. And so yeah, you have to look at your state's laws to make sure which state can keep which. And also, to be eligible, the family of your size has to be below the poverty line, which means, well, actually below the average, which means, say if you're a family of two, and the average for a family of two is like 30,000. If you make more than 30,000, you can't file for bankruptcy. But if you make less, then you can. And also, after analyzing what you know, you then have to start the filing process. Filling out bankruptcy forms is a lot of work. Like, you basically have to tell them everything about your life, all that you've owned, all your money, all your jobs, everything. And then, your income, your expenses, everything. And then you also list the name of your creditors and note which ones are arguable, like which ones they can be argued whether you can keep or they can keep. And also determine which properties you're claiming as exempt and decide what you want to do about your secured debt. And after filing out the forms, you have to then file it officially, sending it to the court and beginning your case. And finally, you have to then put everything together in front of a court and argue your case. In most cases, people will go to court only once, and for a short meeting with this trustee, which is like the attorney, the person who's going to handle all your stuff, and also their debtors, the debt collectors, to review what's going on. But if the court or the creditors, they disagree on the things that you said, you can file for objections. And with objections, you can say they said, oh no, this property isn't exempt, you can't keep it. You can be like, no, it is exempt because it's my house, and this property exempt under Ohio state law or something like that. And so after that, you while filing the bankruptcy, you should have addressed how you're going to take care of the debts that can be removed. Say you have hundreds of thousands of student loan debt, and you don't know how you're going to pay it back, and it just keeps piling and piling. Before the case is closed, you have to tell the court how you're going to take care of that money and how you're going to pay it back. You have to actually provide them a plan for what you're willing to do. You can't just sit back and do nothing. And finally, after all that hard work, you can enjoy your debt-free days. A bankruptcy declaration is beneficial to only those who really need it. So people should only file for bankruptcy in extreme cases, like you don't know, you have so many bills that you don't know which is which, and you can't pay any of them back, and you know that, and that's when you should file, like because if say your credit score is 800 before you file for bankruptcy, your credit score would literally like plummet after that, and then for up to 10 years you wouldn't be able to like get a car, you wouldn't be able to like file for a mortgage, you wouldn't be able to do any of that. So that's the disadvantages of filing for bankruptcy. So make sure that if you're trying to file for bankruptcy,